This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 8th of October. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, I'm going to be trying to do more posts before the open. And I've done one this morning on the head and shoulder patterns at the moment, so worth the read. And you'll find the link to that on Twitter or obviously on the Substack. Okay, let's have a look at ES. Now, ES, we've got a decent looking head and shoulders here. I've mainly been drawing these on the RTH charts, but they're even more decent there. I would note that this is a 5-minute sell signal that is fixed. And I'm leaning towards seeing at least some retracement at the open this morning. We will see. That could deliver us breaking down from the patterns, but I'll have a look at that on the daily, on the RTH charts. Do we have a possible head and shoulders on NQ and NDX? Yes, we do. On RTY. We've got what still looks an awful lot like a possible bull flag, slightly below. I'm trying to get below the monthly pivot at the moment. YM, we've got a decent looking head and shoulders forming on the Dow chart. Looks less good here, but it's pretty nice on the Dow chart. On DAX and the STX. Possible little double bottom here. We're below the monthly pivot, or at least we've been below the monthly pivot, and it's trying to get above. The buy signal made the possible near miss target, as did the one on ESTX. And ESTX, again, we can have a possible little double bottom here. So we shall see. Let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. All right, let's have a look at the main support levels, which are the daily middle bands and the patterns. Nice looking head and shoulders formed on SPX. If we see a sustained break below 56.74, I think the target would be at 55.81. Nice looking pattern, may well deliver. Obviously, we've got the daily sell signals which are open on SPX and Dow. These do have a good track record. Looking at NDX. We're further away from breaking down here, but again, do we have a nice looking head and shoulders? We do. If we see a sustained break back below 19,622, this would have a target in about the 18,975 area. Looking at the Dow chart, nice looking head and shoulders. If I was to, I haven't actually updated that quite. If this was the correct draw on this, which is why I didn't mention it breaking down, because in truth it has not yet broken down, the correct draw would be that. It's a very nice head and shoulder pattern, really pretty solid. So if we see a breakdown, the target would currently be at the rising wedge support, but obviously that would likely have moved unless we do that very quickly this morning. All right, looking at the bigger picture charts. ES tested the daily middle band yesterday. Didn't quite see that test on the SPX chart, but we were pretty close. But basically, if we are going to break down from these head and shoulders, to get there, we are going to break the daily middle bands on the SPX, NDX, and I think Dow charts too. I think there's a decent chance of that happening, but obviously we'll see how that goes today. I think having looked more closely at the head and shoulder patterns, I'm thinking this could need to see a breakdown today or maybe tomorrow. Anything over that, and I think these would start looking disproportionately large, and it's already looking a little disproportionately large on the right side on SPX. On NDX, again, it's already a bit larger. On Dow, not so much. So this is still larger on the right side, but you can see we completed the head and shoulders yesterday. Really at this stage, we should be seeing a breakdown. So I'm looking for that in the next day or so. SPX would need to break the daily middle band. NDX, we would need to break the daily middle band to do it. I think we've got the daily middle band at 19,699. But you can see here that we would need to get significantly below it to break down from it. Looking at the Dow chart, Dow, you can see we were testing it yesterday. And it's still trending upwards, so it'll be slightly higher at the open today. Again, we need to break through the daily middle bands, and we need to see a sustained break to see these make target. If we did do that, that would likely sort out, depending on where the daily candle closed, that would likely sort out these outstanding sell signals, which, as I said, are pretty good. Now, what's the bigger picture? I talked about this on the post too. And realistically, when I was writing in, I'm talking about the topping setup about 3 weeks ago, we had a 6-week window into the end of October, which would have been ideal to see a decline. Those big patterns have deteriorated significantly since then, and we've wasted half of the window going sideways. Am I expecting a big decline here? I'm not. I'm thinking we'll likely see a bit more, and then that's probably going to be the end of it. And then I'd have a bullish lean into November, unless something significantly changes. I think that's the baseline layout. All right, looking at the IWM chart, we haven't got any head and shoulders on here, and really. This kind of looks like bull flag forming. This could still be a bull flag forming if we head down and go a little lower than this trend line here, but not an awful lot lower. Do we still have a head and shoulder target, which is down here in the 211 area? Yes. That would probably kill the bull flag setup, though. So we will see. But this isn't, we don't have the same setup here that we've got on the others. That's not unusual. All right, looking at DAX, testing the daily middle band. Nikkei, this has been somewhat more variable, partially because of political elections and so on and so forth. So we're getting back to the daily upper band here. If we see, are we going to see a break up into a retest of this high? I think before too long, probably. That could be starting now. That could be later. All right, looking at the dollar chart. We've not made it to the head and shoulder, the inverted head and shoulder, double bottom target yet. Got that in about the 102.9 to 103.05 area. And I think there's a pretty decent chance that's going to make target. Looking at ZB, we have gone lower. We're losing this trend line here. This has been a lot of downward pressure on ZB. So I think this is mainly about economic concerns, probably. CL went a little higher. Do we have negative divergence on that? Let's just have a quick look at WT. I don't think we've got any that would show up on this chart yet, but we could see some develop. And I'm wondering about some reversal here. You can see this is looking pretty stretched on the upside here. And obviously on NG, as I mentioned, we've already got a daily RSI 14 and a daily RSI 5 sell signal fixed. NG, I'm wondering about a possible head and shoulders forming here. This wouldn't be a large enough right shoulder, really. So I wouldn't be drawing it in as that unless we go a bit higher first. GC still looks like a bull flag. SI, we've got a possible double top here. Sustained break below the 31.2 area. We'd have a target, I think, in the, hang on a second, about the 25 area, I think. It's so wondering whether that might make target or at least break down and then reject back up to the high. HG, this looks very much like a bull flag forming, probably because it is. UUSD. UUSD, we've broken down from the main double top here. We've been seeing a little bear flag here. I'm expecting to see at least retest this low, and we may well continue down to that target. GBP USD, almost made it to the head and shoulder target now. USD JPY, we've got a potential double bottom here. I'm not in the neckline here, but I'm also watching that. I'm watching the possible double bottom on CAD, which is a really nice one and is testing resistance at the moment. If these break up, that could obviously fuel the dollar going to the upside, because this and yen are obviously positively correlated with the dollar. All right, let's have a look at KC. Give me a sec. KC, we've got this very nice looking double top, which is now broken down with a target range in about the 221 to 224 area. This could reject back up to the highs here. No current positive divergence worth the mention. We almost had it. We went a little high on the RSI. So I haven't marked one in. SB looks like a bull flag forming. CC, nice looking bottoming setup. Hasn't really done much the last couple of days. But if we see a sustained break up over 7,200, this would have a target in about the 7,550 area. So looking at CT, this may well be a bullish triangle forming. I've drawn in the lines if it is. ZW, still got to lean towards the upside here, but I'm wondering about that. We've got a possible head and shoulders forming here on corn. Hasn't broken down yet, but if it does, then obviously this can have a target down in about the 410 area. And soy has already broken down from a double top, which has got a target in about the 1,000 to 1,004 area. Looking at lumber, I'm still wondering about a retest of the high, set up a possible little level top, or just continue higher. Lean hogs, live cattle, we have broken the trend line here slightly. Not sure that's a bit much significance. And lean hogs, still going higher. 60-minute sell signal is fixed. No sign of a turn as yet. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions and just recap ES. Okay, the head and shoulders are largely formed here. I think today or tomorrow we see whether they're going to break down. We will see. I'm liking the downside here, or at least I'm very much liking the sell signals on SPX2 and Dow to make target. They've got a very good history of making target, and they haven't done that yet. I'm looking for ways for them to make target. Do I think that we could see a big decline here? I think we're wasting the window badly. And soon all the window will be gone in 3 weeks or so. I think we might be looking at an October low here, but it might be a very modest October low. And then really there's a bullish lean into the end of the year unless something really happens to knock things off track. So not really looking for much of a decline here. I think these head and shoulders might make target. If they do, I'm thinking that's a buy. So we'll see how that goes. All right, my pleasure as always, guys. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible, and I'll catch you guys later.